And we're back with some more witch. Yep, that's actually what Noita means in Finnish. It means witch, which means you're probably, like, you don't really look like a witch. You look more like a sorcerer wizard type guy, but yeah, it turns out you're a witch. Now, to speed up this game a little bit, I've installed a couple of mods. One is a map, because that looks cool and it allows you to see what's going on in the game. And the second one is a respawner. When we die, we will respawn here at this thing. This way I can actually go through the game and check stuff out before I die hellishly. Well, okay, I'll still die hellishly, but I'll come back and still be able to keep testing things out. This should allow me to at least get a test for the mechanics and just see a little bit more of the game than the first two levels where I constantly keep dying. Anyway, this is the perks. This is all the possible perks we got. One is Trick Greed, which gives us more gold. We don't care about that. The other is Dissolve Powders. This seems kind of weak sauce. Sand and soft powdery materials dissolve in your presence, like those piles of clay and... No, we don't care. And the other one gives you extra capacity on your wands, which, considering the level we're at and how weak sauce our wands are, this is kind of pointless. So instead, we are going to spend 200 gold to do a perk reroll. And hope we get something slightly better. Low recoil. No, thank you. I think that's fine. Corsetips? Fungal creatures spawn from corpses of enemies killed by you. Okay, that's fun. Vampirism. You lose 25% health, but you can replenish your health by drinking blood. Well, why not? A little bit of vampirism never hurt anyone. Well, you know, except for the people you were beating off. Can we drink the blood off the ground? Yep, we totally can. You just hold that down arrow and you can drink blood from places. Alright, now let's get around to maybe manufacturing a wand. I've been looking through a few of these. Oh, wait. Before we get into this, when you're going through the first level, before you get to your first holy mountain, you're going to collect about 600 gold and try and fill up on, 4 wands and hopefully get some items, including this tablet thing, which you can drop on people for fun. Funsies. What we're looking for is a decent wand that's non-shuffle. So that's basically these two here. Actually, you know what? Let's get rid of all of these up here and keep the wands we want. For now, this is the best wand we have. There's a bunch of stats that go into it, but namely we want a no-shuffle wand, as in when we click the button, it does the first spell, then the next spell, then the third spell, then goes back to the beginning. A shuffle wand like this one, well, if we hit the button to fire it, it would fire one of these 3 spells at random every time we hit the button. That usually makes things awkward when you're building a wand, which is why we went with the no-shuffle variant. Then you've got your cast delay and recharge delay. Cast delay is how long it takes to go from one spell to the next. As in, if we had them like this, it would take 0.38 seconds to go from Spark Bolt to Magic Missile, and then another same amount again to go back to Energy Sphere. And then the recharge time is how long it takes to go from the start of the wand, or from the end of the wand, all the way back to the start. This one has decent cast delay, decent recharge time, actually quite good recharge time, meaning we should be able to build a fairly decent wand with this. In fact, even just this on its own is a pretty good wand. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible either. However, our shuffle wand is, well, far superior so far. For example, if we click on this one now and try it out, you'll notice it's just so much better. So unless we can get some sort of spell synergies going on, we're going to be using the shuffle wand. This is not uncommon. When you get to the first area, you're probably going to have, well, trash wands, trash spells, trash abilities. What we're going to try and do is, well, buy a better wand. There are 5 of them here. Let's have a look, see what we got. Looking through here, there's a few things we'd like to get our hands on. First is that double spell. That allows you to cast 2 spells simultaneously and cost no mana. This is really nice. Also, I would like to get my hand on some of these effects, either Fire Trail or Burning Trail. Either of those would be nice. In fact, any trail effect would be wonderful. However, the cost of getting all of those is too much. We only have 464, so we could buy one of them. I think we'll just leave it for now, and we'll come back in later on. To escape out of here, we have thankfully found 3 potions along our way. One of them is, well, water, because that puts out the fires that we always end up inevitably happening to us. The other is unstable teleportanium. That should hopefully come in useful later on. And then finally we've got polymorphine potion. This allows us to change into another creature. We can right-click it to transform, and when we do, it'll allow us to escape out of here without destroying the place, if we do it right. What you want to do is get up a bit, get close, right-click that polymorphine potion to change. Then what we want to do is we want to hover up here until it wears off. We do not want to enter the caves in case there's something waiting for us at the exit, until we've turned back into this guy. And, damn it, I forgot to recharge our... I meant to recharge our bombs before we left. It doesn't matter. Where'd that rat go? So, we're going to fight our way through here, but namely we want to go left. leftmost is where the fungal caverns are, and that's where some really good wands usually spawn. On our way over there, we managed to fight one of those purple slimy things that drops, well, slime when you kill it. A lot of slime. So what we want to do is grab our unstable teleportanium and see if we can't turn it. There's some alchemy things you can do. So if we mix unstable teleportanium with slime, it'll turn into stable teleportanium. Or that's my understanding. So if we shake this up, it's still unstable teleportanium. Well, that's not great. How about now? Unstable teleportanium and slime and water. Well, that's just great. Let's do a little bit more experimentation. I think there's a bigger pool of slime over here. There was a long fight. I lost a lot of health. Yeah, let's see. Hey, you. What do we got? 100% full? That's no good. How about if we pour out a bit? Great. Well, that didn't work so good. We're now covered in teleportitis. Oh. Well then. We'll come back to that. Well, on the way to the fungal caverns, we experienced a minor bit of death, so it should have forced us back here to the respawn location, but that's fine. We've picked up a bunch of money along the way, and let's just experiment with some of the wands. We also picked up a wand along the way, which has a weird reduced recharge time. This thing is really powerful, but not. This will drastically reduce the recharge time on our wand for firing stuff, but let's just say we do fire it. We sort of run out of mana pretty much instantly. The problem is, this one takes, let's see, yeah, 12 mana to cast. This one takes 5 mana to cast, so we're using over 2/3 of our mana just to fire faster, which is kind of a bit of a waste. We're almost better off firing a little bit slower and more reliably than doing that. Ooh, it does go in a bunch of lightning bolts, which, yeah, we don't care about. However, if we take that shuffle wand that we just picked up, the one that had all the lightning bolts on it, and we cram in the recharge and the spark bolt on it, it actually has a much bigger mana pool, and also it slows it down a bit. The recharge time on this is a little bit higher, so we end up with this. It's a little bit of a sputter cannon, but it definitely looks like it could wreck things very quickly, and I much prefer that. Alright, let's find ourselves a couple of wands that work out, or synergize together to make something better than the sum of its parts. Well, the first one we're going to buy is this wand, because it comes with that double spell thing. That could be quite useful to us. Then I'm going to buy this wand, because it has a fire trail I'd like to play around with. This is what I like about being able to reload or having that save point, is we don't immediately end the run and have to go through the entire grind of the map above. I want to actually play around and get to know what each one of these things do, and which ones I should be targeting or trying to value, well, which ones have value. Now, let's try something here. I'd like to demonstrate wand wrapping, as it's called. It's where you basically trick the game into skipping the cooldown delay of the wand, or the recharge time of the wand, but you can't really, well, you still have to pay the price eventually, but let's just test with this wand. It has a really long recharge time. Fire one, and you have to wait for the recharge. It's that sort of symbol up in the top right there that you can see slowly recharging. Yeah, that's a pain in the butt, but what you can do to try and sort of sneak around it is put something after the spell. This is called Burning Trail. Normally what you do is you'd put it after the spell, and then when you fire, your spell ends up with a burning trail on it. What you can do is do it the opposite direction. Then what happens is the wand fires the first spell, then it grabs the second bit, which is Burning Trail, but Burning Trail is supposed to be attached. It's a projectile modifier, so it looks for a projectile. Can't find one here, so it swings around to the front of the wand and goes, oh, wait, here's a projectile. And this allows you to go fire 2 shots. However, after it fires the second shot, it goes, oh, wait a minute, you tricked me into going back around to the front. You still have to pay the piper, and then the cast or the recharge time kicks in then. So you can do it to just squeeze out that extra shot from a wand. Now let's see, for example, yeah, like that. This means that the only one that's going to get the burning trail on it will be the spark bolt. The 2 shotgun blasts won't get anything. So spark bolt, shotgun, and then it should be a burning spark bolt, which it is, and then same thing again, and then every time we get the burning spark bolt, you have to wait for the recharge to go through. There's other weird things you can do to get around the recharge time. Let's strip all of these out for a second. And then when we go, we can fire it, and you'll see there's a very long recharge time. Instead, what you could do is you can go into options, input, keyboard configuration, and then you want to change use wand to mouse wheel down, next item to mouse wheel down, and previous item to mouse wheel down. What this does is it uses the wand, switches away from the wand, and then switches back to the wand, all in one mouse wheel press. So if I now do mouse wheel down, it fires the wand. If I keep scrolling down, kind of skipped that recharge phase, or it's supposed to. Well, not quite. You see, we're hitting the end of the wand, so since we're hitting the end of the wand, it immediately kicks into recharge mode. So if we put any spell after that at all, then what happens is this. Every time we scroll down with fire, we never hit the recharge level. Ever. Is this as good as our other wand? Well, not quite. Currently, this wand up here is far superior. Not always, but that one there just has so much more burny to it. So we're going to stick with that one, I think. However, it's just to show you some of the things that are possible. Leaving here, we're only keeping 2 wands. The first wand is, well, this one, obviously. It's a tiny little bit erratic, but it's got good mana storage. You'll see it's like, it takes a while for it to drain. And at the same time, it's just a solid wand. This one here is a weird one. We bought this one, and it's got an always cast on it. Means we don't even have any spells loaded on it, and it still always casts dynamite. This is going to be great for digging. Well, reasonable for digging. Normally, though, those dynamite ones, they run out, but because it's part of an always cast built into a wand, we can just throw those forever and ever and ever. That seems like it might be useful. You have not found a use for any of the other things here just yet. It's just we're missing either a drill or a chainsaw, or there's other things you would need to make better wands than this current one. It's just the way the dice has rolled, we've ended up with this weird shuffle wand. I do not think this is a normal standard. It's just given the options that are currently available here, it seems to be the best one. Anyway, let's get on our way, shall we? Oh, the reason we're polymorphing our way out of here is that no, that's the unstable teleportanium. Actually... No, we'll still use the polymorphing. The reason we're using the polymorphing to get out of here, though, is because if we go past this point, this whole mountain collapses, just for those of you who are unfamiliar. So we're going to turn into something else so the game doesn't realize we're leaving the area, so it doesn't collapse this area as we leave. And I don't think there's anyone out there. We should have killed everyone, and our map is telling us there's no one. So let's head back towards the fungal caverns. Oh, I much prefer this wand. Dear God, I've just been standing here and weird stuff is dropping out of the sky as these things try and kill each other. Wow, that guy was actually pretty tough. Dear Lord, this wand makes such a mess. It dominates. We do not wish to stay here. That would be bad. We kind of want to go back up and get the full feel of what it's like to play this game, well, this way. So what we're going to do is try and use unstable teleportanium to teleport up. It might also teleport us down, in which case we'll probably die, but hey, it is what it is. You. Would you like to give me some... Come on, hit me with that unstable teleportanium, why don't you? Hey, it actually teleported us up. That is good. That is good. Whew. Just in case you ever get caught out that way, there is ways to do it with teleportanium and unstable stuff, and it's all sorts of messy. While wandering around the place, we found this free pool of blood, mixed with weird fungus, but whatever, we're gonna go drink it. Yum, 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 yum. And that gives us 3 hit points, and oh god! Stay away from those things, it seems. They have a close range attack, so as long as we blast it from a distance, it should eventually go down. Man, and we just drank a bunch of blood to get better, and it get... Never mind. Okay, this place is incredibly dangerous. You have to be super careful and make sure to kill everything from a distance. Oh, there's more of them. I don't like when there's more of them, man. Never mind. So yeah, that's more Noita. Let's do this again. Eventually I'm going to run out of polymorphine, though. Well, we've managed to make it all the way back and we're still not dead. I mean, we're mostly dead, but we're not all the way dead. And now the plan is to be very careful here. This place is full of nasties, and you have to be super slow, or you're dead. But even if you're not super slow... Oh, that wizard guy who just fired a blue ball at us, he's a teleport guy. If he hits you, he swaps places with you, or changes places with you, and you end up randomly teleporting about this place, which is usually death. Where did he go? Never mind. Maybe he randomly teleported himself. Okay, and our plan is to not die for as long as possible and try and find wands. There's normally good wands in this area, and it's the whole reason you come here. And another one bites the dust. And this is it. You slowly want to crawl through here, just killing everything as slowly as possible. Not as slowly as possible, but just... It's too hard to do quickly. What the... How did you jump that high? Never mind. I'm just going to see how long I live here. The downside of this vampirism perk I'm discovering is not a lot of things bleed blood. This is, well, one of the types of wands you can find here in the fungal caverns. Dangerous and expensive as it is coming in here, you can find... Well, this one's not great. Its mana charge speed is terrible, but massive mana max. Recharge speed casted. This is an interesting wand. It's not one we're looking for, but it's just an example of some of the variants we can find in here. Let's have some more of a look about and try not to die any more than we already have. Oh, look, it's a chest in water. I hope that's not a trap. What the hell was that? Water potion. No, thank you. Let's just drain this before we do anything stupid. See, things like that are a trap. Normally when you open them up, something horrible happens, like electricity comes out of nowhere and kills you. Someone wanna... Come on. Oh. And I almost died in steam. God damn it. I'm down to 3 hit points. Yeah, I think I'm going to be using some more polymorphine shortly. Now that looks much more interesting. Cast delay 0.17, recharge time 0.48, some decent mana, charge speed. It's not a terrible wand, and the fact that it's no shuffle means we could do some interesting things with it. If we could find some more parts, which unfortunately we haven't. Yeah, we can dump this wand. There are some weird things that live in this swamp. Let's see if we can lob that explosive at him. Oh, never mind. Let's see what wand we've got. Oh, finally. Chainsaw. Now we can make a proper wand. Well, now comes the moment of truth. Let's try getting back in here without messing this up. Oh, no, I messed it up. It should be possible to fly up to the top, polymorphine, and then just immediately go left and get back in. If we don't have the polymorphine to do this, though, unstable teleportanium could theoretically get you in there, assuming you don't mess it up too much. Or, well, there's a random chance it'll get you in there. There's also a random chance it won't. After much shenaniganry, we got back inside so we can edit our wands up. Excellent. Now, this wand here is probably our best bet for making a decent wand, though honestly, it's not going to be great anyway. But this is it with 4 of those spell bolts. You can see where it fires 4 in a row, then the wand's got to recharge. So what we do here is we want to make this a better wand. So what we'll do is this... We'll get rid of all of those, and we'll put on, where is it, double cast. This means we have to cast 2 spells at once. Now, we could do that and it would look something like this, where we're casting 2 of them at the same time, but that's terrible. What we want to do is chuck on Chainsaw. Chainsaw gives a recharge bonus, as it makes your wand recharge faster. So now, we actually fire a little bit faster on the recharge. Let's compare that to, say, if we had it just put on the spark bolts and nothing but spark bolts. Oh wait, get rid of the double cast, sorry. And you'll notice that we're getting just that little bit better speed out of it. Now, we could, of course, improve upon this if we had other spells, but unfortunately we don't have those yet. This is actually a pretty solid wand, and if you got this around this point in the game when you first arrived at the mountain, that would be pretty good. Unfortunately, well, or more fortunately for us, this one's just awesome. This one is an absolute monster wand, just purely accidentally. However, while this wand is not amazing by any stretch of the imagination, what we can do is that little trick of wrapping we did earlier by sticking fire trail on the end. Now it'll go to the end, grab this, and then immediately go around to the front again, and... would you look at that? We literally managed to drain the entire mana bar doing that. Let's try that one more time. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. We are going to set ourselves on fire a bit with it, but, I mean, could be worse. Let's try you. I think this one is still probably a little bit better. You know what, let's find a statue and find out. Statues here can be used for target practice, and they usually give you numbers as to how much damage is being done. So doing a little bit of testing, this one seems to come out somewhere between 24 to 33. A lot of 24s there. 27, but then it sort of runs out of mana. This one here seems to come out with a consistent 24 just at the rate we're firing it at. Seems pretty good. I love how just by adding one spell, we go from this to this. This wand crafting thing is just, it's so finicky. Well, not finicky, it's just, you really do have to do an awful lot of playing around. Now, if we can get our hands on some extra double spells, maybe some better wands, we could do even more stuff with this. We'll keep that. We'll keep those extra spark bolts as well. We're probably going to want them. And those chainsaws, yeah, a couple of chainsaws might come in handy later on. What's this one? Double scatter spell. Simultaneously cast 2 spells with low accuracy. Ah. Might want that one for later. Oh, this bomb wand, we are definitely keeping this bomb wand, the one that just throws out the dynamite. It's good for drilling, and as well as that, we can actually just dump a bunch of spells on here that we want for later. Just in case. Yeah, we can chuck them all there. That way, well, oh, maybe don't put on the lightning ones. That way, even if we fire them while we're testing the wand, it makes no difference. This is the last time we're getting out of here using polymorphine, because this is the last polymorphine we have. Okay, let's go. Why does it always turn us into a sheep? Before we head down to the next holy mountain, there is these random shops you can find around the place. And this one has lava to blood. And considering we're a vampire, I kind of want to buy that. It might come in handy. There's also this one, the all-seeing eye, that usually is good for scouting purposes, so we'll take that. Now, these are pretty expensive. But the great thing about this mountain is there's all this gold. See this gold in here? You can gain access to that if you have some sort of drilling material or even explosives. So, let's try one more. And it falls as gold dust. So when we land here, we're at 2973, and now we're at 2989. So you can pick all this gold up by mining through it. If you want, you can spend hours here just blowing stuff up and grabbing yourself all the gold. So if you really want to get lots of gold, this is the area to do it in. Now, one thing we have done is we have managed to get our hands on a bunch of levitatium. You have to mix up that unstable teleportanium with slime, or just pour it directly on the slime. Another option you can do, which we did over... let me find it. Yes, we did something like this. We basically dumped some unstable teleportanium on top of slime, it turned into teleportanium, and then you just throw a bottle in there. If you throw the bottle too hard, it'll break, so you got to get pretty close and dunk it down. It's a bit hard. I did the same thing over here, which is how we've ended up with our current bottle, which is 78% full. There's a little bit of slime in there as well, and water, but, you know, close enough. Some of the wizards you fight in the fungal biome, they drop teleportanium as blood. So if you're lucky, you can find something like this and throw a potion thing in there. Now, if the potion thing lands on its side, do yourself a favor, walk really, really, really far away from it, and then when you come back, the bottle will be upright. If the bottle on its side, it won't fill. Now, another thing you can do is if you have a good digging spell, like the drill, you can drill out a hole underneath this and make some sort of bucket to catch it in, put the bottle in, and then afterwards drop the teleportanium on top of it to siphon into it. Anyway, with all of that done, it's time to get out of here. Oh, damn it. And I'm thinking, yeah, in here. Well, let's go. Yeah, let's check our damage again, just for funsies. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, and that's where we teleported out the last time. So, first thing to do, find out what the perks are. You always want to see what the perk... Ooh. Oh, they've got those balls that can drill through walls. We're probably going to be taking that one, but we'll come back to that. No, perks are the first thing on the agenda. Gas blood. You bleed it in flammable gas instead of blood. That feels not great. Fungal colony. Slime near you spontaneously turns into fungal creatures. That's entertaining. Slower projectiles. Projectiles near you slow down. No, all of these suck. Like every single last one of them. As far as I'm aware, they're all bad ones. Teleportitis dodge. You teleport a short distance away when an enemy projectile is near. That causes huge problems for you. You can end up dying because of that, it seems. Item radar. You can sense nearby items. For a newer player like me, this is incredibly important. It allows us to detect hearts nearby. Chests, that type of stuff. So we will take that. I don't even know what the last thing was. I don't care, because as a newer player, that's one thing you should always get if it becomes available, because you'll start to recognize formations more, and that means on your next runs through, you'll be able to find things more easily, even if you don't have item radar, because you'll recognize where you found them the time before, if that makes sense. Now, let's see if any of these wands have any good abilities we could use. But yeah, we'll definitely be getting this one, namely because it's got the, the weird drill through walls thing. First thing we'd like to do is maybe get rid of that burning trail. It does cause us a few issues. It's just sometimes it set things on fires we'd prefer not to do. Plus, if we switch in the light, this does the exact same thing of speeding up our wand. Oh, just as a quick reminder, this is what our wand is like without it, and once we stick the wand in, there we go. And now it'll illuminate the place for us. And we should get more juice out of this because it only takes 1 mana drain as opposed to the burning trails 5. Meaning, yeah, we'll have more sustain in our firefights, which is always a good thing. Well, we won't be setting people on fire as much anymore, which means we'll have hopefully more blood around the place to drink. Alright, down here we bought the one that has the black holes. Black holes allow you to dig through any material, including the temples themselves. And it's about time we annoyed the gods just a tad. Let's get rid of most of this junk. Heavy spread? No. That's just no thank you. That can be useful in some scenarios, but we don't want it. Instead, what we'll do is I think we'll get rid of... Ooh. That one's... Yeah, I think we'll keep 3 wands. I'd prefer to have a teleportation wand, but we have not found teleport yet. This wand here is actually pretty interesting. It's a no-shuffle wand. However, you can tell by the numbers there that the recharge time on this wand is higher than our current wand, which is over here. However, everything else on this wand is better. It has lower cast delay, more max mana, better recharge speed, higher capacity. The spread is okay a little bit. In fact, spread is not quite as tight. However, what we could do is maybe try cramming this wand and making it better than this wand. Just to point out, this one here does 24 damage. So what we want to try and do is... Yeah, it's 24, sustainably. Is make a wand that can do more than 24 damage. However, that could be a little bit tricky. My idea is as follows. We're pretty much going to do the same thing, or start off with the same thing again. Except, what we're going to do is then put on another double cast. So basically, this says cast 2 spells simultaneously. So we're going to cast the Spark Bolt, and then it's going to ask us for 2 other spells. And what we want to do is reduce this thing's recharge time, so I'll buy it a lot. So if we can cram on a couple of these suckers at the end of it, and then check on the light thing, maybe we can get something pretty close to it. Oh, wait, wrong wand. Here we go. It definitely sounds slower, but maybe we can tweak that a little bit with some more changes, but... Oh. And the second round is pretty much weak sauce. So yeah, we're getting about 18 or so, and that wide scatter shot I don't like. If we had another double spell, that would be really nice right about now. To try and change this up a bit, what I've done is stuck back in that reduced recharge time. We've got twice the mana generation with this one, so I thought it might be useful. Then we'll just stick in a chainsaw at the end and stick in our usual illumination light. And then what we end up with is this. Yeah. It tends to do an awful lot of damage really quickly, but then it peters out. I kind of want to try it, though. That quick burst fire just feels so incredible. There's absolutely 0 sustain on this, but I love it. I changed my mind in the end and went back to our decent wand, just on the grounds that it's got stable damage and I don't have to worry so much. Plus, that light on the projectile is going to make it much easier to see things. Now, let's go annoy the gods, shall we? To do that, I want to get a chance to kill this guy. That should work. What we're going to do is wait until the guy who gets angry at us hurting the place shows up, and then when he does... Ooh, there's blood all over the ground. Let's have a little snack while we're here. Yeah, once he does, we're then going to run over and kick this statue into his face and hopefully kill him with it. Ooh, there is a nice bit of blood around here. To anger the gods, all we have to do is damage the temple. This should be fairly straightforward. We're going to dig a hole straight through here. Oh, wait. This is going to suck the statue forward, isn't it? Yeah, this thing has a massive radius of annoyance. Yeah, well, that's a problem. Forgot about that. Where is he going? I hope he ends up fighting the minions down there. That would actually be kind of funny. Does he want to come back around? Yes, he does. In that case, we'll use the statue on the other side. Now, you need to get good at killing this guy because it's really important that you're able to come back into these areas. So being able to kill him is something you should be able to do by the 2nd level, pretty much. Oh. Oh, buggery. Well, that was sloppy. I landed in some unstable teleportanium, and we're now down here. It's okay, we'll go back up and kill him in a second. Once we hopefully don't die down here. Oh, these guys. These things are annoying. You just have to maintain distance and shoot them. Same with this guy. The big guy, he actually won't spit out his little minions unless he gets close enough to you. So as long as you stay far enough away from him, he won't shoot his little babies at you. Easiest way to kill him, stay far back. If you get too close, he'll spit out the little babies, and then you've got to kill him and the babies, which makes your life a living hell. Anyway, let's, oh god, dead end. Let's see how well we can do fighting this guy in an open battle. I don't think it'll be very good. He's got a shield that protects him from a lot of damage, and then even after you shoot through the shield, ow, he hits hard. very dodgeable with a bit of practice. Well, as I was saying... Ow! Yeah, I think I need more practice at killing this guy. He definitely takes a hell of a pounding. I think you need burst damage. That was the problem. Dear God. Okay, so to kill this guy, you need decent reflexes, and he leaves a whole bunch of this sand stuff behind, which is really frustrating. I suppose it can be done, but that was with a half-decent wand. He's pretty predictable, and if you've got good reflexes, I presume you could avoid him a lot better than I was. On our way back here, we managed to pick up another wand. This one here. Now, this wand is a bit of an odd duck, but we'll get into more on that in a bit. We've put in the exact same spellcasts, and unfortunately its damage is only about, what, 15? That wouldn't be terrible in most instances, but since we have this better wand. But if we double down on this over here, and we put in 2 batches of this... Actually, I think we can get rid of the light. You say do that. It suddenly becomes much more powerful. However, it does have, well, downsides. Its recharge time, its max mana and its mana charge speed are a little bit lower. Not a huge amount lower, but enough that you don't really like it. However, it does come with an always cast of gravity field. As in anything it hits, it develops this gravity field where all future projectiles are more likely to hit it. It basically makes a target... It's like painting someone with a target. If you hit anywhere near them from then on in, the rest of the shots will, go straight for them. This should be interesting, and I'd like to give it a go. So we'll leave our other wand here, our other little supercast wand. We'll chuck it somewhere where we won't forget about it, just in case this new one turns out to be a dud. We can always come back for this one. And we're going to try this as our primary wand for a while. Oh, and, ooh, yeah, I think we'll keep these 2. Thing is, this one here, its only purpose is to, just to store dynamite. We use that for flying batches of dynamite about the place. Though I think we should get rid of the electricity spell from on there, because that could cause us issues. Right, actually, that can also go. I haven't found a use for those Z things yet. They're too expensive. Alright. Let's see what this wand does to the minions down in the next level. Okay, there's one over there. And now he's got a gravity on him. Oh, that makes it interesting. It'll require some more testing, but... Nope. Oh, cool. Those shots just magnet to him. Ow. The rate of fire is a bit low, but I think I like it. I'll have to do some more testing, of course. Oh, time to cover item radar. See that little blue dot right there? It's disappeared now, but once I get close enough to something, this little blue dot appears and tells me there is something there. So we're going to head towards wherever the... Ah, there it is. Oh, sniper! I think... Oh. We got it. That is kind of cool. Whoa. Rat. Dead. Is that gold dust that's falling out of that? I think it is. Pouch of gold. Well, that's, wonderful. Whoa! Yeah, this is why I do not have the reflexes for this game. Yeah, here we... And dead. And is that ambrosia? Fire potion. Well, no thank you. I think I'm good. That item radar just found me a heart. Well, I probably would have found that one already. Okay. Give me all that delicious blood, real quick. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, God! Yeah, we just got killed by that cold guy. I've seen him before. You just stay away from this cold guy and never mind, let him kill himself. Get in too close and you're dead. Also, they have a tendency to fire explosive stuff at you, so don't go standing anywhere near walls. If you're standing near a wall, the blast will get you. Well, that's my understanding of it. If they don't just creep up on you while you're busy chomping down on some blood, of course, and blast you into oblivion. One of the things we found on our travels is this one that contains damage plus. This is one of those things you want to keep an eye out for. Double spell, damage plus, they're always great. Spark bolt is one of the better projectiles as well. Anything to do with chainsaws. There's also the drill bolt. So we want to take this wand and probably rip the parts out of it. We'll swap it with whatever this one is. And then we'll immediately head back up top. In fact, we could probably leave this one of our explosives wand here. We're not going to need our explosives wand for a while. So we can swap out our explosives wand. Remember where this location is. Maybe have a quick sup of blood while we're waiting. Second. Kill the two annoying people who are around the place. Grab the gold. Here. Damn it, got it. Then kill this guy real quick. Then head back up. Seriously? What is down there? Something? That must be something because it's got an actual magnetic field or a homing field around it when we shot it. You know what? Never mind. Who cares? And then we'll go back up top and we'll modify our wand. Oh, the reason this place is a good place to use the black hole is it cuts out a nice little way for you to get in and out without too much stress and effort. Alright, let's do some wand editing here. This guy here, where is it? Yeah, that damage plus. We definitely want to keep that, though I don't think we can really integrate it into our current wand too nicely. What we could do is grab our current wand and just chuck this damage bonus on to the end. It increases cast delay a bit, but increases damage by plus 10, but only if it's a projectile modifier, so it'll only whip around to the front one, so only half of the spell is going to get it. So instead what I think we do is we just, well, we replace this wand here. We do it this way. Exact same thing we've been doing before. Double cast, spark bolt combined with chainsaw, and then we have damage plus at the end. And this allows us to go and just pound out an absolutely obscene amount of damage. If we had something that gave us a mana bonus, or the plus 30 mana, this would allow us to just infinitely burn stuff to absolute bejesus. I think that... You know what, though? Let's maybe put light on the end of it. I like having a light on our projectile. Costs us a little bit more mana, but I'm okay with that. Right, so we've gone through several wands, but all of them are basically some iteration of combining chainsaw with a short range, or a short cooldown spell. You've got your spark bolts, you've also got your spitter bolts, they're pretty good for it as well, and there was one other, but yeah, spark bolts probably the best at a lot of them. This green thing here, which I keep forgetting to grab, is a spell refresher. It allows you to recharge spells like your black holes and things like that. Very useful, but we have no need for it as of yet. Oh, and at any point, because we have that teleportanium, we could pretty much teleport back up the map. All we would have to do is say, get here, and let's just spit out a little bit of teleportanium on top of ourselves. And boom, we've gone back up the map. So if you ever want to go back up to previous levels you've been on and get spells you've left behind, you can, assuming you get your hands on some teleportanium, which I heavily recommend you do. It's useful in more ways than one. Now, we've also got some invisibilium we picked up along the way, though. That can also be really useful. But for now, yep, boom, let's get on with this exploration. The first thing we would do is go back and grab our explosives wand, just so that we can blow any walls out if we need to. Now let's check out how this wand does against some of these things. Yeah, seems to work pretty good. Ow! Well, almost dead again. Really gotta pay more attention. Let's go drink some blood and hopefully survive a little bit longer. We appear to have found a wand with Digging Bolt. Digging Bolt is basically just chainsaw. It's a close range spell, but it gives you a minus 0.17 to recharge time. Chainsaw gives a minus 0.17 to recharge time. Both of them do the same thing, except Digging Bolt allows you to dig through stuff. Yeah, we'll take that. Ooh, and it's got a triple spell on top of it. That costs 2 mana, but that gives us more options. We will definitely take that. Also, we may have eaten something that didn't agree with us. But That just frees up more space in our stomach to eat more things. When it comes to consuming blood, it turns out there's you sort of end up running into a bit of a hard limit after a while. Ah, damn it, I ate something I shouldn't have there as well. Yeah, never mind. I'm beginning to get the hang of this vampirism thing. That's a lump of meat over there from someone we killed. What we do is you sort of shoot it up, get some blood out of it. Oh, no, I ate some of the meat, didn't I? Try not to drink your own vomit. That's not going to be good for you. Anyway, let's just keep floating around. This map is, well, not a great one, to be honest. Oh, I saw something over there. I'll worry about it in a second. Prickly spore pod. Summons a spore pod that attaches to a surface and then grows and explodes into spikes. That sounds useless. Short-range homing. That sounds a lot more useful. However, the 40 mana drain might be a bit difficult. We need some sort of packaged spell to use that. We'll definitely have to grab this wand, though. Coming back for a little bit of wand management. This new wand looks, well, absolutely great, to be honest. The thing that sets this apart from the previous one, the only things that are actually green are mana charge speed, which is 545 per second. Our previous one is 95. So this thing is basically massively good at recharging. The amount of mana it holds in its bar is only 126, which is tiny, but it should fill up so rapidly it should make no difference. So we should, in theory, let's just check out the damage on this first, just to make sure we're knowing what's going on. Is it this? Yeah, there's the statue right there. Great, well, yeah, that was terrible shooting on my part. Over here then. So we get about 124, and then once our mana ran out, it dropped to 74. 142. Alright, then what we should be able to do is just basically swap this spell, one for one, right over to this wand. It's a non-shuffle wand. It's got all of the bits and bobs as this previous one. And then when we activate this wand... Oh, that is embarrassing. It doesn't have the mana capacity to keep up, or the basic mana, does it? Oh no, it's the, Castaday. Castaday is what's killing us. In that case, we should have a triple cast around here somewhere. Get rid of you, put in triple cast. Then what we'll do is we'll stick in a mining drill. Mining drill and digging bolt are pretty much interchangeable as far as I can tell. Or close enough. There we go. Much better. Oh. Nice. There are some things about this mystical wand process I don't get. For example, if we put in 2 digging bolts, it should be the same thing, right? But it's not. That's our speed. If we make it 2 mining drills or 2 chainsaws, yeah, we get that big blast. And if we 50-50 it still works too. I do not get why having double mining drills causes or double digging bolt causes a problem where it slows it down to absolutely glacial speeds. I'm missing something here. This thing increases the cast delay, so I assume the increased cast delay is what's messing it up. It's compounding because we're casting it so fast. So that is my theory, which is why we have to use 1 chainsaw and 1 digging bolt. Combine that with the damage plus, and actually, we could do... No, we don't have enough space. If we had more space, we could start daisy chaining on more stuff into this. But we do not, unfortunately. But as the game goes on, you get access to bigger wands. Now we need to... I'll toss some of the stuff up here. We'll toss 1 double spell. We don't need it. And we'll save some of the stuff we'd like later, like homing and things like that. Also, Spark Bolt is not the only thing you can use. I feel like I should point that out again. So this is... Bubble Spark on the exact same wand. It does something remarkably similar. And I think I've tossed away all the other spells that we could test, but you get the point. Also, that wand can go as well. We'll chuck you over there. It's a good wand. It served us well, but this wand can also go. Done. That leaves us with this wand, which is incredibly fast and powerful. It's even got a bit of recoil to it, too, so much so that when we fly in the air, if we fire the wand, it actually slows our descent quite substantially. One of the advantages of having a wand with a rapid-fire drill on the front of it, or digging bolt, does make drilling through places a lot easier. I wouldn't advise you to go, like, digging through entire mountains, but it does mean you can definitely do some good stuff with this. Ooh. And you can get an awful lot of blood out of a lot of things with this sort of machine gun type shooting. It really helps keep you alive just that little bit longer. Well, it would if you were me, and you have better reflexes, of course. Let's see. Oh, I'm pretty sure that was a creature at some point. Yeah, there's rotten meat. If we shoot it, it should pop out more blood. And there we go. Once you liquefy the corpse, a bunch more... There we go. Oh, there was maybe a little bit of rotten meat left in there. It's made us a little bit sick, but that's okay. We'll just make sure to throw that up. Oh, no, it's contaminated the other blood now. Yeah, just be a little bit more careful about that. You can get a fair decent amount of blood out of any corpse you find. This vampirism trait, I thought it was pretty bad at the start, but I suppose if you got the right weapon for making blood, it's not too bad. I do find, though, that I am spending a lot of my time making pools of blood to drink out of, and it just feels very, very unsanitary. Like this, how are we going to survive this? I'm pretty sure there's going to be some sort of medical problems related to drinking this much blood. I suppose, vampire, whatever. Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. This is a very nice wand. We've been looking, well, not the wand itself, the actual spark bolt with timer. This should allow us to do some very fun stuff. We shall take you, thank you very much, and we're immediately going to go up and do ourselves some wand modding. Oh, and I should probably show you how well this wand is doing in combat. There's an ice guy over there. Those guys are pretty tough. Well, they were pretty tough. There is just such a spray of bullets out of this thing, it basically evaporates anything it comes in contact with. There's a couple of guys down here somewhere, is there not? Yep, there's a rat. And another rat. We can kind of just smash through whatever we're aiming at. Gotta remember, this is only a few levels in. So it's quite possible to get incredibly powerful wands, well, not incredibly powerful, but decently powerful wands by the snowy level, which is 3 levels down, which is not that bad. Okay, my general understanding of it is like this. Let's just take this spell and move it all the way to the right. If we put a spark bolt here, what it does is it fires, hits something, and then when it... Oh, this is with timer. Oh, I hate ones with timer. I prefer ones with trigger. Let's see if with timer does the same thing. Sort of. I have been playing around a bit with this, and it's, well, it's concerning. This is our normal wand. An absolute wand of devastating amounts of firepower. If we just chuck in the spark bolt, what happens is it packages up this entire spell, and when this spell hits a wall, or the time runs out, it then releases our spell. However, it's much slower. Now, I thought the chainsaw and the digging bolt might not be affecting the speed of the recharge, but it definitely does. You can see that it's much slower without them. So leaving those in does seem to help. However, I think there's a few changes we can make here to make this wand just a little bit more efficient. And that is this reduce recharge time. No, wait. That needs to go there. Sorry. Much better. And then I think we can change the package that's in here to something a little bit more damaging. And... oh, actually... you there? Yeah, how about that? What the... oh, we ran out of mana. Almost instantly. That means if you hit something, it eats a shotgun blast that's got damage plus on it, which gives each projectile a plus 10 damage. And there's 3 projectiles in each one, so that should be a lot of damage. Should be an awful lot of damage. It drains our mana almost instantly. However, what happens if we, say, get rid of the drill bolt? Yeah, still the same. Let me do some more playing here. What I have finally settled on is this. Reduced recharge time, spark bolt with timer, triple spell, damage plus, and 3 triplicate bolts. And you can see sometimes we're going to start running out of mana to fire it. Sometimes it'll fire 3 if we just feather it. But if you hold it down, we go between 1 and 2. I think it should be an interesting wand to utilize. We'll try and keep a few spells around. Orbiting arc. A projectile orbits the points of its origin. That's cool. What will that do? Okay. Never mind. This is why we like to be able to play around with stuff. Alright, we'll keep a bunch of these just for later, just in case we find anything else we want to use. And there's so much stuff I'd like to keep, but it's time to move on to the next area. Actually, wait, there is one thing I should really do with this, and that is put in a digging bolt. Without a digging bolt, we won't be able to dig through the ground quite so fast as we were before. That way we should be able to just... oh, yeah. Dig straight down. Well, it makes it much easier to get to the end of the map level if you can just do this, you know what I mean? That makes things much faster and simpler. Now we gotta face Steve on the other side of this gate. Steve's probably gonna kick our butt, but we'll give it a go. First, we'll just drink a little bit of blood that's lying around here. Alright, Steve. Where are you? Okay, he's gonna be in here somewhere, right? Yep, there he is. Come on, Steve. Come on. Oop. My bad. Yep. I managed to eat 3 of those in a row, like a champ. 4 in a row. My God. 5 in a... Is he killing fish? Wow. Yep. I basically need lots of practice fighting Steve because I really, really suck. Your kick deals extra damage and knockback. No, thank you. Press E to pick up contact damage. Enemies near you take damage. What? And... Lukey mutation. You grow curious additional limbs that fight for you. That's... No, thank you. I think I'll just try randomizing that again. Press E to pick high mana, low capacity 1-off. You currently held one, loses half its capacity, but gains more mana. Pick 1 extra life. Upon death, you respawn with 100 health, and E to pick homing shots. Your spells home towards enemies very slightly. I'll take it. Oh, and a little bit of blood. Thank you very much. Why not? And let's break out of here and... What? Why did that thing go up there? Homing shots? Oh, your spells home towards enemies very slightly. Well, I presume there was an enemy up here, and it decided to home towards it. That is, interesting. Okay. That is a lot of shooting. Wow. Oh. Let's just pour some water on there. Well, grab ourselves some of that gold. Oh. It seems to kill things very efficiently. Hey, I'm trying to drink that blood. Yeah, there's another one. Yeah, this thing definitely seems to end things very quickly. If we could just... Damn it, why can't we drink that blood? I'm pretty sure it was a ricochet got that guy. Huh. Nope. Don't drink the oil. It'll make us vomit. That homing thing is not so bad, and this does allow us to do an awful lot of damage. Yeah, there's definitely something over there. I should really look at the map, but that feels weird. Okay then. What the hell just hit me? Was it the thing I'm standing on, or? Oh, never mind. Alright then. So, this level is... You want to do one of 2 things. Well, 2 things you just want to do. You want to go all the way to the left or all the way to the right. Namely because there's loads of stuff there that you want. And why can I not drink that blood? I think I need an empty flask. We'll keep some of that blood for later, I think. There's, wow, there's a lot of blood in there. Okay then, let's keep moving along, and my item thingy is going nuts. There is so many items on this level. And let's just fire blindly around corners. Or maybe not so blindly. I think we got him. Oh, there's one. God, they just sprayed the place with blood. I think these shotguns are much better for a vampire. We don't even have the more blood perk, it's just raining blood. Oop, sniper. How the hell is there so many guys in that one room? You know what? I have just the wand for this room. that seemed to work out okay. Nope. We'll grab some of that gold, I suppose, before it all goes away. There's going to be a lot of blood at the bottom of the map by the time this is over. Which reminds me, we might start drinking that now just to top up. I figured out what caused that electrical splash earlier. It's these things. Ow. Those shields seem to deflect everything. But once you pop them, they go electrical, and then they give out a big blast like that. And second one down. And then we'll just have a quick snack while we're here. Dear God, the amount of blood that's just flowing around this place is amazing. Oop. It's raining blood. Hallelujah, it's a raining blood. Oh my God. I do like the gun, but I like the blood fountains even more. This is ridiculous. Well, this is huge. We have found a wand that has add mana. Add mana basically adds 30 mana to your wand, or it reduces the mana drain on your wand, so it adds 30 mana. That's perfect. We want that. It's just excellent. Now we just gotta get back to the top of the map and avoid the blood flood. Dear God, these shotgun shells makes it an absolute mess. If you want to go vampirism, get shotguns. Those things rock. What is over there? With our current setup, we're getting this. Which is good, but what I would prefer... Actually, that should really be there. What I would prefer is to squeeze in this mana bonus. So, let's see. Check that in right there before the digging bolt. So the digging bolt kicks in and it gets the mana bonus. Then the damage plus kicks in and fires the triplicate bolt. Oh, yeah, that sounds much better. It's like a big spurt and then it kind of cuts out for a second. That should work. I think the problem... earlier I had the damage plus in front of the digging bolt. I don't think that's a good idea. I think it's better off in front of the triplicate bolt. Let's see how that works out. As for this wand we just picked up, there's no point keeping it. It's a shuffle wand. And I don't think it has anything else worth keeping around. No. You can all go. We'll chuck that one. And we'll get another one further down. Now, here is a bunch of sand that's trying to stop us moving forward. And now it's gone. I'm sorry, snow, whatever. And then you sort of just keep plowing forward while shooting occasionally, and everything dies. And that just leaves a little machine thing at the end. Ugh, I also need to get my hands on some water. I'm running out. Probably should have got some when I was back at the Holy Mountain. They have a big pile of water there. Oh. And there's a whole bunch of steam. Yep, never mind. Back the other way. Well, turns out all that blood pooled at the bottom of the map. I'm kind of liking this methodology of getting a big shotgun and using it while having vampirism. And I never would have figured all of this out if I had kept dying. Well, if I had died and just had to restart. I kind of like this practice, but I don't think I'm going to go further beyond this level. Namely because I want to learn how to do all of this without dying. The way the game would intend. Oh. And there's another guy who's going to make more blood sandwiches for us. Oh, and there's one down there. Like, it just leaves chunks of blood everywhere. This thing's awesome. And with that homing we got, I thought that homing shots, your spells home towards very slightly. I thought that would be terrible, but because our things split off into lots of shotgun shells, they bounce everywhere and they home in a little bit on people. Oh. And, yeah. Oh my God. We're literally having to move forward against a sea of blood. And that's it, all the way to the end. Okay then, now time to go drink some of that blood. What I've done is I've switched out water for blood, and now we can drink it directly from the bottle. And then refill the bottle from the blood. We're just gotta make sure we don't fill ourselves up too much. How are we looking? 225. Yeah, this is a great way to get health. Assuming you've got an empty flask and lots of corpses to feed it. And done. Then we just keep this full. We use this to stop ourselves getting set on fire while simultaneously using it to top ourselves up on food. And oh God, there's even more blood in there. This place looks like Dracula's house. Now, this here looks like a bit of fun. There's a lot of these in this map where they've got a bunch of these guys that are surrounding a heart. So what I would like to do is go and then turn the whole place into a blood sandwich. Oh, it all dropped at the bottom. Never mind. Probably got a little bit too close. And there we go. Nope. And yeah, we picked up an extra max health while we were at it. Whew. Well then. Let's go find some more blood to top up on. Ooh, there's some. I can't really stress enough how much fun it is drinking the blood of your enemies to get your health back. This just, yeah, this game definitely has some good little quirks to it. This is why we were supposed to search left and then right, but somehow I went left first, missed it, and then went right. So this is the left-hand side of the 4th level down. You'll do the caves, or the mines, then the caves, then you'll do the snowy caverns or something, and then you do the second snowy part. And in the second snowy part, there is a shop in here. And it sells a bunch of junk. Chainsaw would have been nice a while back, but we've already got that, and nothing really too good, but they do have quadruple spell. Please get rid of an item to make space. Well, I can't get rid of... I'll get rid of an item in a minute. But above us, you can see it on the map. You wouldn't be able to see this if you didn't have the map mod installed. But there is a thing in there, something we can get at. So what we want to do is go around the side and dig our way in. Maybe we should dig up from the bottom. That might actually be a better plan. Thing is, this is my first time doing this, so what I want to do is figure out where the best place to go is, and it's probably here. So, let's grab a black hole generator. Yeah, you're going to need a black hole one for this, probably. Actually, wait a minute. Can this guy go through it? Yeah, this guy can almost go through it. This guy can. Okay. Takes a few shots, but the drill will do it. Whoa. What just happened? Well, that was unfortunate. I didn't think that'd collapse when we did that. Maybe we had to come in from a different angle. It's okay, we can recover the lost hit points. Well, we're going to be a little bit full after this probably, but we'll manage. Well, we were meant to use that hourglass to pour unstable teleportanium or regular teleportanium. It's one of the reasons we've been carrying it around for so long. We poured it into that hourglass and it gave us access to 8 free spells. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen now, so let's go have a word with Steve and see how he's doing. Hey, Steve. Come on, buddy. I know you're in here somewhere. Yep. Yeah, you're not gonna... Okay, so I think our weapon is powerful enough to kill Steve pretty handily now. Hey, stop that. So I think the next Steve is going to be a bit tougher. There's a super Steve after you've killed too many of the Steves. I think this is as far as I want to go with these mods. Just to see... Well, this gave me a lot of practice with dealing with enemies that I'm not used to. It also gave me some time to practice some wands. And I really feel like I learned an awful lot more playing this one round than I did in all the previous rounds. And... Ugh. I know a few things to keep out for when it comes to wands in the future. Definitely Digging Bolt. Yes, damage plus, doubles, triples, quadruples, you always want those. Chainsaw as well. This reduced recharge time. I always thought that would be useful, but I didn't realize just how useful that is. When combined with one of these spark bolt with timers or something like that, it allows you to do, well, that, which is kind of crazy. Oh, one other thing. We could actually make this an unstoppable wand, as in it never runs out. What we've done there is we've basically doubled down on the add mana, so we're reducing the mana cost by 60 for each shot. Which, yeah, that's great. However, I liked to keep in the damage plus. The damage plus is giving plus 10 damage to each projectile, and this triplicate bolt has 3 of them, so that means it's adding an extra, well, 30 damage to each hit, which is a hell of a lot of damage. So I figured it was better to leave it in. Plus those shotgun bolts, they seem to bounce around a bit, and with homing that we picked up, they really seem to synergize very well. This thing's monstrously good. However, this is a tiny wand. There are wands that can go out to 15, 20, 25 slots, and you can start really combining some absolutely ludicrous spells on top of this. Like, you can have each one of those triplicate bolts spitting out fireballs and stuff like that. It gets to ludicrous levels, or they could melt all the ground they touch. There's all sorts of things it could do. But if you were one of the people who this game just, you bounced off this game because you didn't like it, maybe try a couple of the mods. The ones I am using are Dead Isn't Dead and Minimap. I would probably get rid of the minimap on my next run on the grounds that not really that useful. Well, it is. Problem is, it's too useful. I just wanted to see where I was going, but it also shows you enemies, which feels a bit weird. Actually, can you turn that off? Oh, you can actually totally turn off enemies. That's actually useful. Never mind. That's enough of that. That's enough. Oh my god, there's so much blood. I mean, we can stop for a quick drink. The only thing we were missing from this setup was teleport. Teleport and cast just allows you to skip forward a bit. There's also a few other things like long cast. It basically means that when you fire a spell, it doesn't appear directly in front of you. It appears about this distance away from you. You can use that to teleport through walls, or you can use it so your spells start further away if you've got explosives on them or something along those lines. There's all sorts of other fun stuff you can throw together, but the machine gun wand, this is sort of the default everyone goes for because it's just so easy to obtain with most of the materials you find in a run. So here, I just want to sum up everything we sort of were aiming for as we went through this, and this is the map you can pull off the wiki, and it gives you a really good idea of how to get things done. This right here is where you start off. This here is the mines. You want to go through the mines, and the only things you're looking for are, well, get a couple of extra wands, preferably any decent ones. Keep an eye out for the spells we discussed earlier. Also, go grab the tablet over there. Using the tablet to crush things can double your money. I did not use it as much as I should, but it's a habit you should get into of learning to use the tablet. Then you're going to pass through the Holy Mountain and go to the second level. This second level here is important because on the left-hand side there is the fungal caverns, and you want to go into the fungal caverns and get some good wands. This is where the good ones are, and you really want to learn how to take care of the troubles in there. Most of the things in here, as long as you keep your distance, you have to stay maximum range and keep shooting at them, you can take them all. This is, and if you have any upgrades on your wand, then it's definitely very, very doable. If you've got a basic starter wand, it's tough, but possible, though if you're new, it's going to be really, really tough. But learning to take this on is really vital, it seems. So, once you've done those first two levels, you'll come down to the snowy level. This one, just same thing again, clear it out, grab as many wands as you can. The moment you start getting low on health, or you've cleared it out, don't bother with this darkened area over here. It's not nearly as valuable as the fungal caves were. You go down to this next level, the snowy caverns. And in the snowy caverns, you're either going to go straight to the left or straight to the right. And what you'll do is you'll find one of these shop areas. Now, I messed it up. When I was breaking through the walls here, it seems some of my shots went on and hit the hourglass, and that destroys this room. I had an awful lot of junk on my digging wand that wasn't just for digging. If you dig in normally, you should be able to just dig in here, and if you fill this up with unstable teleportanium or regular teleportanium, which you have been keeping an eye out in the entire run so far, what'll happen is it'll activate a little portal. That portal will take you to this room over here. A room you're not going to get to too easily otherwise. I mean, it's possible, but I wouldn't advise you to try, unless you have a lot more experience. In here you will find 8 free spells just lying around the place that you can pick up, and it will teleport you right back to here when you're finished. So you can go back and forth, grab any spells in there, so there's usually a few good ones. So this is definitely one of those things you want to keep unstable or stable teleportanium on you for, just to do that. And that is basically the first 4 parts of the level. After that, you've usually got a decent build, a decent wand. After that, it's just ploughing through the last few levels to head down to the boss. Whether or not you want to go back up is, well, keep some teleportanium on you. Remember again that if you want to turn unstable teleportanium into stable teleportanium, all you do is get to teleportanium and mix it with slime, which you can find in the second layer here by killing any of those purpley flying things. Those purpley flying things drop slime when you kill them. It's a bit of a pain in the butt, and you'll have to do some mixing and matching to get used to it, but you should be able to turn most of that unstable teleportanium into stable stuff. There's also one other thing. Below the fungal cavern areas, in the first snowy area, there's this weird long corridor that can lead you all the way back up to the top. So if you want to go back up and grab some stuff you left up in the first or second levels, you can take a turn up here and go up the side of the mountain and get to that stuff. There is also a tablet in here that you can grab. You should really grab these all at some point or another because they do give you access to new spells on each new playthrough. So if you're coming through here, but you will need to have a black hole spell to dig through this part of the mountain. Lower down, there's also this racing area. You don't really need to go there, to be honest. So this one is the one you got to look out for. You're probably going to need 2 or 3 black holes just so that you can find it. You'll keep missing it. Anyway, I'm going to cut this out here. I hope you enjoyed. Good luck.